Hey everybody, and welcome back to Real Ball Talk. I'm Brett Ashe here with Trey Bear and Webb Watkins, and today we're going to be doing college football part 2. Sorry for the gap in recordings. We've just been really busy this past week with schoolwork. I'm sure most of you know how that goes. And so, Trey, go ahead and get us started with what we're going to talk about today, buddy.
So I'm glad to be back. We're getting into college football preview part two. I know everyone's anxious to get back in the sports world, and I mean, if you count NASCAR as sports coming back, then then we're just not friends. So I need something. I need something else other than NASCAR. The Last Dance was pretty sick. But I'm ready for football and I'm ready for college football. So to real quick, I guess we'll just recap the top 25. We went over the top 10 in a lot of depth, but some teams that I like outside of the top 10, I like Utah at 16. It's a controversial pick, but I like them.
Boo!
Yeah,
You suck.
there it is. And then I know Webb likes them too. I like North Carolina. I think they can do some damage in the very weak AAC right now. ACC, my bad.
I'm also a fan of those boys, but Utah, that's just an arrogant pick by you, Trey.
Is it that bad at 16 though?
I don't like them.
I mean, I understand reasoning behind it, but I've just got personal opinion here.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Yep.
But I've just got them lower because I like other Pac-12 teams more. So
Yeah, I got Utah at 22 just only for respect of you. Other teams I like outside the top 10 are Oklahoma State. Like them a lot this year.
Yep.
I guess that's really it.
Yeah,
Oklahoma State,
I like
North
I like
Carolina.
Oklahoma State too. Do y'all believe in Spencer Rattler at Oklahoma, or do y'all think that they may struggle a little bit and Oklahoma might have a chance to win the conference?
I'm
I
all
mean
in on.
Oklahoma State. My bad.
What?
Wait.
Spencer
Yeah,
Rattler goes to
no,
Oklahoma.
yeah,
Right?
no. I meant to say, do y'all think Oklahoma State might have a chance to win the conference? I said Oklahoma.
Oh, okay. So I have mixed feelings about it because I think Spencer Rattler is a very fine quarterback, and I think we all can agree on that. But I mean, it's going to be his first real time starting, so you really never know how it's going to go. But I mean, they could win the conference. I feel like it's definitely those two teams' conference to lose this year.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I don't think that Oklahoma is going to be a dominant offense. I think that they can win in the Pac-12, and I obviously like what Lincoln Riley does for the program, but you know, I don't think they're going to necessarily dominate the competition. Is that a fair thing to say?
Fair statement indeed. Webb, you got anything else to add about it?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. I'm all in on Spencer Rattler, man.
Okay.
That kid can throw a football now. But I mean, yeah, Oklahoma State's a big threat this year for sure. But you know what, Mike Gundy,
I
he's never done
love
it before.
I love that man.
He's a cool looking guy, but I mean, he's never done it before. Lincoln Riley's just a winner. He's gonna find ways to win. And I mean, I think Rattler's really good. But obviously, this is probably the biggest threat Oklahoma's had in years, based on the fact that they've lost a lot. And then Oklahoma, they actually have some real competition besides Texas getting hyped up and then sucking. So
Yeah, and what do y'all? Let's talk about Texas for a second. I mean, it seems like the past 5 years, people have been saying Texas is back. Texas is back. I mean, let's picture like an over under for wins this year for the Texas Longhorns. My over under is 8 wins. I mean,
Did they go 8-5 last year?
I think yeah, because I think they won their bowl game and yeah, 7 or 8 games last year.
So
And they lost Devin Duvernay and Colin Johnson, two really good
yeah,
wideouts.
but for respect of Sam Ellinger and it being his senior year, I give them the 8.5 over under.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think they'll go probably 9-3. I think they'll probably lose to Oklahoma, lose to Oklahoma State. And, they always find a way to lose to someone like TCU or Kansas State. They always find a way to do it. So,
And,
probably gonna lose
they
every game in there.
they almost lost to Kansas last year. They almost lost to the Jayhawks. The Jayhawks were up and with about a minute 40 left, and they couldn't get a stop on defense. And so I think Texas made a game-winning field goal.
Don't sleep on them Jayhawks now.
I like what Les Miles does up there.
It'll be a few years.
Shout out recruiting coordinator Dave Shoemate. But yeah, those are some teams I like in the outside the top 10. Going back to Oklahoma State, Mike Gundy, I like what that guy does for their program, and there's a lot of energy. And I also want to know what kind of conditioner that guy uses because his flow is pretty ridiculous. His flow game is on point.
It's not on point. What the heck are you talking about?
Dude, it's
he's a
beautiful.
bullet.
It's beautiful.
No, it's not. Get out of here.
It's amazing.
Get out of here. Come on now.
It's a bro flow.
You can't tell me that it's not cool.
No, it's not cool. It's not
Dude.
cool at all. It looks horrible. It looks like he's. I'm not gonna go where I was about to go, but I mean, he just looks. It does not look cool. It's a mullet, and it's the hardest mullet I've ever seen, and not on TV. It looks like a fictional character out here.
Is it worse than Tiger King's?
No,
No.
Yeah.
I don't even go that far.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's unfair. That's kind of an unfair call there.
Yeah, I agree. So, I like our top 25 as a group. So let's get into some picks for All Americans this year. So, I mean, I guess we'll start at quarterback, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a consensus Trevor Lawrence out of Clemson.
Agreed.
Yep.
Yeah, and so running backs, I really going back to Trevor Lawrence, I really like what this kid can do. He's not, I mean, some people just are like, I just look at this guy and like hate him, like just look at his face and I hate him, and I don't think that's really fair. The kid has a lot of success, and he's still a young quarterback, and this dude is composed and he's not very arrogant. So I don't hold anything against Trevor Lawrence, to be honest.
Ever since he dismantled Alabama's defense 2 years ago, I've been a big fan.
Uh-oh.
So big Trevor Lawrence guy over here.
I hated him for a while, but now I hate Justin Fields more than I hate him. So
Why?
Justin Fields is a douche.
Yeah, but he's cool, man.
No, he's not. He goes to Ohio State.
He's a baller.
If you go to Ohio State, it says enough right then and there. He's also a douche. Thinks he's amazing.
Dave
Jeez.
Portnoy is not a huge fan of the Buckeyes. He says that.
Oh yeah,
Who
he's
is?
a Michigan fan.
Yeah, he says the Buckeyes need to hit the books a little more.
Well, Michigan's just a top tier school. That's not really fair.
Yeah,
Let's see Michigan do something against them on the field. That's what I want to see.
yeah, agreed.
Yeah, it's a sad rivalry over there.
And we're gonna get back to Dave Portnoy, president of Barstool Sports, here on the podcast in a little bit. A lot of things that need to be talked about, some good stuff. But going in, so my running back All Americans are Travis Etienne out of Clemson and Chuba Hubbard out of Oklahoma State.
I have the same picks.
Yeah,
Both very good players.
After those guys, I just what's the kid's name from Boston College?
He's gone.
AJ Dillon. Oh, he's gone. Oh,
He
that's
got
right.
drafted in the
Oh,
second round.
that's right. My bad.
Bless.
Sorry.
Jesus, Trey.
Sorry.
Man, I mean, what are we doing here? Is this Bush League or what?
This is Bush League.
Yeah,
Trey.
you're right. I need to focus. Sorry.
Third best running back, Najee Harris. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're probably
I
right.
agree there.
Probably right. So yeah, I like both those guys. Chuba Hubbard definitely has a chance to win the Heisman. I mean, for sure.
What did he run for? 2,000 yards last year?
Went for 2,000. First guy to do it at OSU since Barry Sanders.
It's true. They've just thrown the ball 700 times a year since Mike Gundy took over.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And I feel like the wide receiver picks are pretty pretty clear in my opinion. I feel like Brett might have an Alabama guy in there, but I like Jamar Chase at LSU and Rondale Moore out of Purdue.
I don't have Rondale Moore. I've got Jamar Chase and Devontae Smith from Alabama.
Now,
And
Webb,
then
that's my kind of pick right there. I'm in the
That's-
same
Brett-
boat as Webb.
Brett likes what I'm saying. Hey. But
I knew
got-
I knew that was coming.
I like Moore. I think Moore's a great player, but I think Smith is a better player.
I've got Rondale Moore in my flex.
That's
not
I like that, but
He's got to be in there. He's too dynamic of a player, and if he's not on Purdue this year, they probably don't win a game.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I just like
But,
this kid. He's undersized. He's listed at 5'9", but I think he's more like 5'8", and he's about 175, 180. But I just really like this guy. He's electric. He's fast. His route running is really good, and this kid could be a playmaker in the NFL. I hope his stock doesn't fall because of his size, because he's a ball player.
I think we can all agree that Jamar Chase will most likely be the best receiver in the country this upcoming season.
Yeah, he's my early Biletnikoff call for war winner prediction, right? Well, honestly, who knows under the new offense, but
20 touchdowns in a season in college is ridiculous.
that's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
That's going to leave him bent, dude.
Totally.
And didn't Justin Jefferson – I mean, Jamar Chase had 20, but didn't Justin Jefferson have like 16 or 17?
He had 17 or 18.
Wow.
I think he had 18. I think it was 18. It was
And-
ridiculous, those two
And
were.
Terrace Marshall had 11 or 12, so three guys with double-digit
when you got
TDs.
Joe Burrow throwing 60 touchdowns,
60
people are going to get
60 TDs is just stupid.
that's
Like
absurd.
Show me your TDs.
my fantasy football name, shout out. Lost in the championship past 2 years, not very happy about it. Well,
We should make it to the championship, jerk.
yeah, sorry about it. But
Yeah.
but what were we talking about?
LSU.
We're talking about Jamar Chase.
Oh yeah, I mean this guy's just stupid. Joe Burrow throwing up 60 touchdowns in a season, and I mean I don't even think my quarterback on NCAA Football Dynasty did that. So, this guy is just unreal. He had an unreal season, and I really like Jamar Chase, and Terrace Marshall coming back could do similar damage as well.
Okay, dude.
So
Who do you have at flex, Trey?
I've Kenneth Gainwell from Memphis at flex.
I did too.
Interesting.
Freakish stats last year, dude.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I like the Memphis Tigers offense. I think without Coach Norvell, they're going to go through some changes, and that's fine. And what do you expect from Norvell went to Florida State, got the head coaching job. What do you expect out of the Seminoles this year?
Well, personally, I don't think it's going to matter because Clemson's going to win without any problem. And also,
No doubt.
I don't really like Florida State. I don't think they'll go 7-5 is my over/under.
Interesting.
7.5.
I mean,
7.5.
Yeah,
I'm not-
and I think that might be generous, honestly.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, honestly.
I mean, obviously they're not back at ACC title contention, but I think they probably get 8 wins this year.
Dude, what'd they go last year? 4-8?
Yeah, they were really bad. That offensive line is one of the worst I've ever seen on
Dude,
a high level of football.
James
gonna-
Blackman would get hit every other play.
I think they'll bounce back a little bit.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. What Cam
Florida State-
Akers is out of there.
Florida State's not the team they were 7 years ago.
Yeah, but they got Norvell now, and he's gonna. It's gonna be.
He's no Jimbo. He's no Jimbo.
Nobody's
Yeah,
Jimbo. That dude.
That's not really a fair assessment.
That dude,
I mean,
with the exception of Kellen Mond, has just developed some crazy good quarterbacks.
the time when he made Christian Ponder into a freaking
Beast.
almost all American.
Yeah, seriously.
Jameis Winston.
I mean, he
He
won the
was just a
Heisman.
beast.
I'm glad to have him behind Drew Brees, honestly.
All right. We need to get back on track here. I don't even know where we just went.
We were at flex, Kenny Gainwell.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to get on track, boys. What's
Let's
going
go to
on?
tight end. Tight end's kind of a weird position.
Tight end is really weird this year. There's not a clear-cut tight end at all.
I think there's a clear-cut tight end, and this guy's a beast.
Is it the kid from Missouri?
No, Pat Freiermuth.
I agree with
Penn
Webb.
State. This kid,
Guy's a freak.
dude,
of
he's like a little Gronk. I mean, he catches the ball and he gets like 25 yards after every catch, breaking 100 tackles per play. This guy's a beast.
Also a good blocker, in case you wanted to.
We haven't seen like those crazy freak tight ends out of Memphis or Notre Dame. Not Memphis, Miami or Notre Dame in the past couple of years. And and Iowa had some good ones a few years ago.
Yeah. Noah Fant, man.
Noah Fant and Hawkinson.
He's gonna be a top 5 tight end.
What did Hawkinson do this year? I didn't really pay attention.
Not a lot. I think he got
Nothing.
injured.
He did nothing.
That's a shame.
Definitely a waste of a pick, dude.
Would the Lions take him at 8?
8.
That's
Yeah,
Hey.
That's
It
crazy.
took him over Fant. Fant's way better.
8.
Well, Hawkinson won the Mackey that year.
Fant's better, man.
8.
Well, so my tight end was Charlie Kotlar out of Iowa State. This dude, he had the most receptions for a tight end last year, and I just really like his size. Big old Iowa State corn-fed boy.
Big old Iowa boy.
Yeah. So, I mean, I felt tight end was there. There was a little bit of a void there. And did you guys do offensive line?
I did.
Okay, good deal. So
We all did.
we can just run through these. We can run through all 5 of them real quick. Or let's just go tackles first.
Okay.
I went Alex Leatherwood out of Alabama and Penei Sewell out of Oregon.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Penei Sewell was probably a top 5 pick next
No,
year. in the draft.
he is really good. That dude
He's-
has a lot of size.
He's real good. Leatherwood's not bad either. I thought he was going to leave after this year.
And Penei Sewell is someone I could see putting up like 40 reps on the bench.
Oh, yeah, that guy's a beast.
Yeah. Brett, who'd you have?
I had the same 2 tackles.
Yeah. Well, it's so weird that like the bench press at the NFL Combine now, like not very many people really do it anymore. It's really just for the defensive players and the offensive linemen. But
Yeah, I don't know about y'all, but I get fired up when I see somebody doing the bench press.
yeah, me too. But I remember for listening to Pardon My Take, and they said that like historically, very few quarterbacks have done the bench at the combine. And when Brady Smith, Brady Quinn, my bad. When Brady Quinn was in the draft, that dude is just absolutely jacked. They were just like, "You're not gonna bench, are you?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna bench." And the dude put up like 20, 25 reps. So
That guy was good at ND.
yeah, too bad he went to Cleveland where all careers go to die.
That's a good point you made there.
That's a good point that still stands true today.
Yeah. And so my offensive guards, I went Wyatt Davis, Ohio State, and Trey Smith, Tennessee. Trey Smith was a big-time 5-star a few years back, and so both these guys are vets, and I like these guys.
I went with I had Wyatt Davis too from Ohio State, and then I had Elijah Vera Tucker from USC.
Okay.
I was doing some research. This guy, he had like 353 snaps last year, allowed 1 pressure.
Wow. One pressure?
A single pressure.
No, not even. Not even a
one
knockdown. That's insane.
Isn't that
Whoa.
crazy?
That's just not okay.
Yeah,
That guy might be on something.
I feel like I snubbed this guy now.
I did too. I put the same as Trey. I didn't realize he had that stat.
Yeah, this guy's going under the radar, and he spells Elijah with an A. What's that about?
What is that
Elijah
about?
Holyfield?
No.
Oh, didn't that kid like declare a year early for the draft and just no one wanted him?
I think he got junior.
Oh, dude, he was the guy. Yeah, he's Evander Holyfield's son, and he was the running back that ran like a 4.8 40. And
Yeah, I
everyone
think he played for the Panthers.
Everyone on NFL Network was like 4.8. That can't be right. Like that can't be. This is a running back, and it was 4.8.
Yeah, he's more a fullback if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little big.
He's real big, dude.
Is he like a what was like Mike Tolbert kind of guy?
Mike Tolbert was just fat though.
Dude, Mike Tolbert was a
Mike
bowling
Tolbert
ball.
ran over some people though.
Mike Tolbert was on that team for the Panthers that somehow won 15 games in the regular season.
And then they lost.
That's when Cam Newton decided he was going to go off for 50 touchdowns that year.
Yeah, that was a freak year.
Surely somebody's gonna pick him up, right?
I don't know how the Patriots haven't yet. I think it's a no-brainer for Bill Belichick.
Dude,
They're so sold on Jarrett Stidham.
Dude,
The more time goes, the more sold it looks like they are.
or
It's just not okay.
could they be sold on trading up for Trevor Lawrence?
I think they're sold on Brian Hoyer.
Well, there you go. There's the Super Bowl.
Okay, let's get to center.
Yes.
Now.
So my center was Creed Humphrey out of Oklahoma. I got the pleasure of watching this dude play in the Peach Bowl this past year, and he did a pretty good job. He's definitely the leader on the offensive line, and not many people had very impressive performances in that ball game on the other side of the ball, but for Oklahoma, but. Yeah, this guy is my surefire center.
I also had Creed Humphrey at center.
Brett?
I also had Creed Humphrey at center.
All right, well, good.
Creed for three.
Creed, what a name, dude. Creed.
I know. Get this guy a contract. Somebody. Let's go. So defense, I feel like this is a little more exciting because.
Oh yeah.
So, do you want to go defensive tackle first or edge rusher first?
I just went 4 defensive linemen.
Okay. I get that. So let's hear your first two, Webb.
My first two, Quincy Roche from Miami.
Good pick.
Okay.
And Kayvon Thibodeau from Oregon.
I had both.
Okay.
I had both those guys on the list. So, I had Thibodeau at defensive tackle out of Oregon, and then I had Roche at edge rusher. So, Brett, who'd you have?
So I had my 2 defensive ends, if you will,
Yeah,
were Gregory Rousseau
same.
out of Miami. And then I put Thibodeau down as an end because I think he'll play end a lot more than tackle.
Okay. Well, so yeah, I did a similar thing, Brett. But I have both my All-American edge rushers are out at Miami, Florida. Miami had a lot of transfers, and they're really excited about bringing back kind of a nasty defense. And so, yeah, I like both these guys out of Miami at edge rusher, Quincy Roche and Gregory Rousseau. And who was my fourth was Jalen Twyman out of Pitt.
I also had him at defensive tackle. And then my other tackle was Marvin Wilson, senior out of Florida State.
Nice.
Yeah, my other two, I had Marvin Wilson too. And then here we come. Young hot player to watch. Check it out.
Uh-oh.
Chris Rumph II from Duke.
Wow, what a pick.
I was watching some tape. Boys, looking like Chase Young. He's fast. He's mean. Oh, Duke's got a ball player.
What's his name again?
Chris
Rumph.
Rumph. Rumph II.
Let's see what we're talking here.
Is this a white dude or a black dude?
Black dude. He's an edge.
His father is Chris Rumph, the coach.
For who?
I don't know. Probably some high school team. Let me check.
What?
It just says coach.
On what, Wikipedia?
Let's see. He was the outside linebackers coach for Houston Texans.
Oh, wow.
Rumph's pretty good, man. I watch out for him.
Put some respect on that name.
All right, we hear to her first, folks. Webb Watkins believes in Chris Humph the second. Rumph.
Yeah, put some respect on that name, Brett. Let's go.
Jesus, what is this? Bush League?
Sorry. All right, let's hit the linebackers.
Yeah,
now.
linebackers. I feel like everyone on this should have Dylan Moses out of Alabama.
Yeah, there's some dogs in the
I
linebackers here.
don't think he's the best linebacker in the country.
I think you're drunk.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
No. I've got him at an All-American, but he's not the best.
Then who is?
Better?
It's Micah Parsons from Penn State.
I think it goes
yeah.
Moses Parsons.
You put some respect on Micah Parsons' name now. I know
I'm not
he's from
talking
Big
bad
Ten.
about him.
You're an Alabama fan. You're biased. But Trey, put some respect.
I'm putting some respect on him. I got him as an All-American. That's
No,
nothing
that's not good
nothing to
enough. That's not good
sneeze at. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at.
That's not good enough. You say he's the best.
No, I believe Dylan Moses is the best. He's got more experience. He's
Wow.
he's a returning fifth-year senior. I think
That's why he's not the best. He's old.
but that's good in college.
Michael Parsons is better, man.
Joe Burrow is what, 23?
Well, that's just he's an anomaly.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about
He's an
that.
anomaly.
Yeah. Who's y'all's third linebacker?
I had Jordan Smith at a UAB. That was an underrated pick, but this guy had an insane amount of tackles and 10 sacks and 3 INTs. So I like Jordan Smith out of CUSA.
Trey comes in with our first group of 5 All-American.
And I got one more coming up here in a minute.
Wait.
Uh-oh.
He does. I know.
I don't have any group of 5 All-Americans.
Well, shame on you.
Being honest with you.
Who's your third linebacker, Brett?
My dear friend Hamilcar. Is it Rashad or that's Rashad? Out of Oregon State.
Wow.
Dude,
what's going on?
I looked at his stats. Dude is a beast.
Well, I mean, it's not hard for a linebacker from Oregon State to have good sacks. They're giving up passes every single play. He's got to make some tackles.
Hey, man.
Think about it like that, right, Trey?
Numbers don't lie.
I agree.
My third linebacker is Nick Bolton from Missouri.
That's a fair pick. Fair pick.
That's just a linebacker name, Nick Bolton.
Nick Bolton.
That sounds like a dude with a big neck pad that just runs at you about 30 miles an hour in Bull in the Ring. So
Then you die.
yeah. So let's go to defensive backs. So I did 2 corners and 2 safeties. Y'all may have just done DBs, or y'all may have done the same thing.
I did the same thing as you. Oh, we
but,
all did.
So
3 for 3 again.
Wow.
I mean, best friends think alike. But does everyone have Derek Stingley out of LSU? I really hope so.
Yes.
Trey?
Webb?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good deal. We're about to have a fight here on Real Ball Talk.
That would have been catastrophe.
All right, so who are y'all's other corner? Because I got a big-time sleeper here, but this dude's electric.
Yeah, you're wrong about
Dude
it.
is big cat volume electric.
You're wrong about your pick, Trey.
No, I'm definitely not. All right,
Webb,
well,
go.
I've got Sean Wade from Ohio State.
okay. So was he the CB3 last year, or didn't Damon Arnett quit? Or Damon Arnett, did he play last year?
Yeah, he played.
Okay.
They kind of were both like CB2. Like Damon Arnett probably got the edge in more snaps and stuff, but Sean Wade thought about declaring for the draft, but he came back. So he's clear-cut cornerback 1 this year.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Brett, who'd you have?
I mean,
Oh, I know he's gonna put.
Patrick Surtain Jr.
Oh,
Man's a beast.
So whack,
Dude.
That's whack.
Brett,
Stingley.
let me ask you a trivia question. Where did Patrick Surtain Sr. go to college?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's Miami.
Nah, man,
No,
he's
I know.
he's straight out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi. He was big time Golden Eagle, defensive back and special teamer for the Kansas City Chiefs for a while.
He played for Miami.
I think he made the Pro Bowl a few times. So
I feel like every time I watch an Alabama game and some big pass is caught, I feel like Surtain's always the one covering them.
No, I'll be honest with you.
he struggled last year. He had
an amazing freshman year.
Yeah, he did. He was the slam dunk number 1 defensive back recruit when he was a senior. So he's from somewhere in Florida, but yeah, you can make a case for Surtain. But here comes my Power 5. I mean, Group of 5 moment. I went Sean Jolly out of Appalachian State. And you may say what Brett and Webb are saying right now, but this dude, when I tell you, I guarantee you this guy will be an All-American by the end of the year. Just watch the film. If you know football, you look at this guy and you say, this guy is a ball player. Not a big guy, 5'10", 5'11", but dude can move. Maybe best off the ball, on the ball, man coverage guy I've seen in a long time. This guy, really, really good. Put some respect on Sean Jolly and put some respect on the Appalachian State Mountaineers because they're going to do some damage this year.
I think,
Boo.
yeah, he might be good, but the problem saying like, oh, he's guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
You know,
calling it right now. Just like I called the Joe Burrow
He's not gonna
Heisman
get
on January
national
1st. You said the same thing when I said Joe Burrow would win the Heisman.
No, that's
Trey,
different. That's
He's
different.
5'9",
I'm saying.
160.
Called
I'm saying
it.
No, listen to me, Trey. I'm saying it's going to be hard for a guy from Appalachian State to get national attention saying, oh, he's an All-American, playing against weaker competition than, like, say, Sean Wade from Ohio State.
Yep.
Sean Jolly, 5'9", 175, 4.34 40-yard dash. Guy,
Well, I run a 4.28, so that's nothing special. So
Like I said, you said it again.
he was second-team All-American on Pro Football Focus College. So put some respect on his name. Already been nationally recognized, and he's gonna do it.
disagree.
He's gonna do it again. Gonna do it again.
All right, whatever you say, Trey. Who are y'all safeties?
So I'll just start with one at first. I went Trayvon Morig out of TCU.
yeah, I also had Trayvon.
Brett.
As
Football.
did I.
Wow. Yeah, I like this guy too. He reminds me a little bit of Grant Delpit. I like his size and good playmaker on the ball. He's a hard hitter and good in coverage. So, yeah, I like this guy.
Trey, you just love comparing players to LSU players, don't you?
I mean, to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Y'all win one national championship, and now here we go.
It's the only
Here we go.
it's the only relevant national championship at this moment in time. Am I right? Am I wrong?
You put some respect on the 1928 Notre Dame Fighting Irish, son.
Yeah, whatever.
You put some respect on them.
Wearing the blue and gold used to mean something.
Whoa!
I don't know what happened. Rudy is probably very disappointed. He almost died to wear the blue and gold.
He did. Got one snap. Actually, I don't know what the real.
And
story
here
is.
comes angry web response.
I'm not mad. I mean, I understand what you're saying.
And I'll be real. I kind of copied that saying. When Michigan played Notre Dame this year, Dave Portnoy tweeted during the game, "What happened? ? Wearing the blue and gold used to mean something." Because, I mean, Michigan was just carving up Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's problem for me is, Brian Kelly, he's a great coach. I mean, he's a really underrated coach. I think he's one of the best coaches in college football. But I think Notre Dame's problem, which it's kind of always its problem, it didn't matter back in the 90s and before then because they were just always known as a powerhouse. But now their problem is recruiting. They just don't get enough 5 stars and enough talent.
Yeah.
In my mind.
No, I agree.
It's hard to recruit to Notre Dame. It's a hard job to
in
recruit
North
because-
Indiana.
Yeah, it's North Indiana. They're independent. They are a religious school. It's a hard school. It doesn't have many advantages going its way, aside from the history behind it.
I agree. That's a good point. So, who's y'all's other safety?
I've got Colby Harvell Peel.
Exact same guy, Webb.
Okay, State. Oklahoma State right there.
Same here. I like his numbers. I like his film. I like this guy.
Weird 3 for 3?
Weird name, but yeah, I like this guy.
What do we have? What do we say? My
our
dad
second-
came here to talk to me.
Our second safety.
Mine is not him.
Okay, get out of here.
I chose Richard LeCompte
From Georgia.
University of Georgia.
Wow.
Pretty good ball player.
Yeah.
Senior, got a lot of experience. I think he'll be a good ball player this year for the Bulldogs, which will not win the SEC East. Hot take. I'm all behind the Florida Gators this year in the East.
I agree with that. I think the Gators are going to do some damage. Jamie Newman. It really hurts. it really hurts all the transfer quarterbacks. Corona hurts all the transfer quarterbacks because they hadn't been practicing with the team, hadn't been able to build team chemistry. So, I mean, that's going to happen for a lot of teams and freshmen too. But I just think Jamie Newman's going to struggle a little bit, and Georgia's offense as a whole is really going to struggle without Fromm, without DeAndre Swift, and without really they haven't had an elite group of wide receivers in a good minute.
Yeah. What was his name? Pickens? Something like that. He was the only good wide receiver last year, and I'm pretty sure he declared.
Yeah. So I think that I could see Florida winning the SEC East for sure.
But not the SEC. Not the SEC.
Yeah. SEC West just consistently continues to run the table.
Yeah.
So let's move on to special teams.
Now this is where it gets
Now,
this is where it gets fun.
This is real ball. This is
real ball. This is where games are won and lost. This is what I love to do. This is my stuff. So
This is where Trey's gonna think that he's right about everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is fine for him to think that.
I feel like there's one spot that everyone will agree on, though.
Punter or kick returner?
Returner.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Let's go ahead and say it then.
Jalen Waddle, Alabama.
There you
Jalen
go.
Waddle, Alabama.
Maybe. I'm not saying it's a hot take because I don't firmly believe it, but maybe this guy might be the fastest person to ever put on a pair of pads and play football.
Who?
Talking about Waddle.
Oh,
He
Head in
is
the game, Brett.
he is ridiculous, dude.
I thought Trey was about to make a statement about somebody else.
No, Jalen Waddle, Alabama.
Yeah, that man can fly around the field.
He is the fastest cat I've ever seen in a long time. Maybe since Chris Johnson, Tennessee Titans, I'd say you could make a case for him too, but Jalen Waddle is stupid fast, and I could really honestly see him breaking the 40-yard dash record next year.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be crazy, dude.
All right, so let's move on to kickers and punters.
All right.
Should we start a punter, the lesser of the two, and then move to kicker? Or what are we thinking here?
Hey, both
like-
both are important. Put some
I feel like
respect.
we all should agree on the punter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Max Duffy, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Braden.
Great guy, winner.
No. Well, yeah, he did this past year. But now that Braden Mann out of Texas A&M's gone, yeah, this door's wide open for this guy. So kicker, I want to hear y'all's take at kicker first.
I've got Nick Seba, Wake Forest.
I have the same.
Okay, I went Evan McPherson out of Florida. This dude, he's struggled a little bit on the longer kicks, but his leg strength is unreal, and especially on kickoffs, this dude very rarely doesn't put it in the back of the end zone. So I like Evan McPherson. I think he's going to get more consistent on longer field goals this year, and I just like his consistency and leg strength overall. So Evan,
What year is he?
he's either a junior or a senior. I'm pretty sure he's a senior.
One stat I saw Nick Seba's that I was really impressed by. He made, it went into last year and then it ended last year, but he made 34 consecutive field goals at one point.
Yeah, he missed one field goal last year.
And then he also has a current streak of over 100 PATs. Maybe it's 99, something crazy.
I mean,
Not hard to make, but
I could see him definitely challenging. What was the Florida State kicker's name?
Aguayo?
I could definitely see him challenging that field goal percentage.
Weren't there multiple Aguayos?
Yeah, there was a younger one that did not get drafted.
The main one that
He
was
might.
God.
You're talking about Roberto. Yeah.
Yeah, the one
let's
who
not have another slandering of the Spanish language here today, Trey.
Lord,
He-
give me
he
a
had the high-
break. Oh, who was his name that I butchered? Was it? It was some
was,
coach. It was some coach when in the MLB podcast.
I don't remember. It was embarrassing now for everybody.
I actually remember how much.
Was it? It was in New York Mets head coach. New York Mets head
Oh,
coach.
it's his last name was Tejada, and you.
No,
Yeah,
No.
you pronounced it Tejada.
No, I didn't. The Mets head coach.
You definitely did.
The Mets head coach his last name's not Tejada. I know how to say Tata. His name is Luis. I said Rojas, but it's Rojas.
Yeah, that's even worse than Tejada.
No, it's not. Everyone knows
Dude.
Tejada.
Who says Rojas?
Who says Rojas?
Whose name is Rojas?
If you can get Tejada right, you can get Rojas right. It's the same thing. A silent J. You pronounce it.
Okay,
That's
whatever.
what-
If you
said
know one, you
Rojas?
Okay, I've had enough of this school lesson.
If you know one, you should know the other. They're the same thing.
I've had enough of this.
They're both pronounced with the H.
All right, so real quick, we've mentioned him a couple times in the pod. All three of us pretty big fans of this guy and his organization. Let's talk about Davey Page Views, Dave Portnoy here for a minute, and what his auction at Roger Goodell's house to watch a game. Let's talk about what might happen here for a minute.
Well, just to fill in everybody who doesn't know the whole story, there was an auction set up by the NFL, and the leading bidder, the person who won the auction, would get to spend a night in the man cave with old Commish himself, Roger Goodell. And the proceedings of the auction would go to fight towards Corona. Great cause. I'm sure everybody's behind it. And Dave Portnoy won the auction. And if anybody who follows Barstool or Dave knows it,
They know that him
He
and
hates
Goodell,
Roger Goodell.
they're not pals. They're not pals.
so
And-
there are a lot of things that could happen.
Some people
They
think Some people think that the NFL set it up knowing he would win. Some people are saying that the NFL is not going to let him in Rodgers' house. I mean, they're just all kind of rumors speculating about this. But honestly, so I heard a more interesting take on this. So I saw somewhere on Twitter where it was like the NFL is losing a lot of revenue during Corona. Yeah, they're giving the money back to charity, but to help get them back on their feet, they have this auction knowing Portnoy is going to win in order to try to buy Barstool and create like a monopoly on Barstool.
I think that's just like a high risk situation, though. I don't think there's any way the NFL went into the auction.
Do you really think Dave Portnoy is going to make a deal with the devil?
No,
No.
I don't think Goodell has the balls to make a deal with Dave.
Do you think Goodell has the balls to let him in his house?
I mean, they don't even let Dave into NFL games, so I don't think they'll let him into his house.
What are you talking about? He has a suite at Gillette.
He gets kicked out of every Super Bowl he's at. Past however many years he's gone to the Super Bowl, he gets kicked out every year.
Yeah.
Gillette's different because
Kudos to him. Kudos to him for sticking with the Patriots with Brady leaving. Big Brady guy.
Yeah, they were in the same class together at UM.
That's awesome. But
That's awesome.
Davey Page Views, Tom Brady classmates. But so Webb, what's your opinion on this? What do you think could happen? Let's just hear it.
I think it's hilarious. I think it's amazing.
No, it is. It's
he
awesome.
He said from day one, I'm going to win this. And then no one expected him to win it. But then he did.
Well, I didn't even know that the auction was going on. If I did, I would have been like, oh, Dave is about to bid his house for this thing.
Yeah, they mentioned it a couple times. I didn't think he was going to win. I thought they'd find a way around it. I thought they'd go with like whatever the option was before him. They were like, no, we're going for it. And so, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, man. But if he gets that sit down with Goodell.
Who knows? And people are saying
it's gonna be pandemonium because
absolutely.
He's totally honest about what he's gonna say to Goodell. You know, like he says he's gonna ask him some tough questions about like Aaron Hernandez and stuff and the Flakegate.
Oh no, he's done his homework. His homework.
But if I was him, I would take a different approach. I'd say I wasn't gonna do those things, and then I get there, and then I do it, so they wouldn't already be paranoid and not let me come. You know.
But, I think the NFL is going to try to make sure that he doesn't bring in any anything to like record the conversation. But that is just
Yeah.
so not going to happen. He is either going to. There's just no
Well,
way he shows up
He'll
to
wear a
Roger.
wire.
There's no way that he bids $250,000 to get this thing and goes in there and does it without getting any content for Barstool. There's no way. And it's either going to be that or he's going to die trying. Literally die.
No, yeah, oh for sure.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of things could happen, but I was watching some part of my take, and Dave said no matter what the NFL said to him, he was going to show up with a camera in his hand.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But this guy, I mean, $250,000. That's insane. I cannot.
Dave said he was willing to go $350.
Yeah, and what's crazy was he said he was the leading bidder for like a week. So then the fact that the NFL didn't shut this thing down, he's either so it. No one knows how he's going to do it. No one knows what he's going to do, but everyone knows that he's going to go in there with a wire or a camera or something and just try to make Roger Goodell look like a complete idiot and release it to the whole world. Because, I mean, everyone hates Goodell, but does everyone actually hate Goodell? Like, I hate Goodell and want him gone.
I hate Goodell.
I feel like some people hate Goodell and just like don't really want him gone or anything, but I get him out of there. Get him out of there.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Not a fan.
I mean, my proposal is get Tony Romo in there. He's who. If you don't love Tony Romo, we're not friends.
Well, Dallas fans didn't like him.
And they love Dak Prescott. What sense does that make?
We'll figure it. I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
Who knows what's going on there? So let's get on to our group of five. Group of five conference championships. If y'all are good for that.
Yeah. So starting with the American. Is it cool we start with the American?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I got champions Memphis Tigers in that one, and I got them defeating the UCF Knights.
Interesting. I've got Memphis beating Cincinnati.
I.
But maybe
Go.
I could see that.
if something crazy happens to Memphis in the regular season, SMU's gonna creep up there, and they have a shot.
Yeah.
Although they did lose a really good running back, so who knows?
I agree with Webb. Not a UCF guy. I can't really see them doing better than they did last year.
So let's move on to the most important conference to ever exist, ever. Conference USA.
Whoa.
It's obviously a joke.
Whoa.
But
Whoa.
but so champion UAB Blazers. I like what Bill Clark's doing up there. You know, a few years ago this team didn't have a football program, and now that they were ranked number 24 at one point last year. So that's awesome what they've done over in Birmingham. So I like the Blazers defeating the FAU Owls.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, Trey, but did Tyler Johnston, their quarterback, did he graduate?
For UAB,
I think he did.
I'm not 100% sure.
So I think they'll fall off from last year, and then I think FAU will fall off. Lane Kiffin's leaving, and again, I don't know about their quarterback. I can't remember if he left or not, but I think Marshall probably gets the East. It could be theirs to win. I think theirs to lose.
So is Marshall your Conference USA champion?
Yeah, Marshall.
I agree with Webb. I got the Marshall Thundering Herd beating the UAB Blazers in the Conference USA championship.
Marshall
real nail biter right there.
I could see it too. Marshall ran the table in CUSA football for a little while with maybe the most underrated player in college football in a long time, Rakeem Cato. Dude, I mean, just look up the guy's numbers. All-purpose yards, just absolutely insane. Rakeem Cato used 2 football gloves through the football. Amazing. One of the best things I've ever seen.
Well, Teddy Bridgewater-esque. 2 gloves.
He did that before Teddy did it. Because I remember watching Teddy play at The Rock. We played Louisville the year we didn't win a football game.
Welcome to The Rock.
Yeah. So, Mountain West, Boise State Broncos continue to dominate.
So we seeing Boise State Broncos versus Hawaii Rainbow Warriors matchup right there.
I could see that, but
I like that.
I had San Diego
Hawaii
State.
Yeah,
Hawaii did lose their quarterback, though.
I said San Diego State too. Coleman
Yeah.
Donald was kind of the reason they were so good.
He was
and
good.
Nick Rolovic was a really good head coach. And then Boise State just gotten better because Hank Bachmeier was a freshman last year and he's a really good quarterback. So let's get better.
I think it's Boise State's to lose.
Yeah, for sure. Webb.
I just
Oh,
said,
sorry.
Webb also said
Sorry.
Boise State.
I'm
Lord
just
have
I'm just
mercy.
trembling here in excitement to talk about the Maction.
Oh God! Well, here we go. Last time we talked about it,
Maction.
I have changed my answer since then.
Maction.
no idea.
I
Maction.
think it's going to be a great game. Where is it? In the
Detroit.
Lions Stadium?
Ford
Yeah.
Field, Detroit. Maction.
Yeah.
Di-
Electric.
Big Cat will be there.
Electric. I'm gonna go and give you my take. I see the Miami Redhawks of Ohio beating the Central Michigan Chippewas in the MAC.
Wow. Yeah,
Big
I did the exact same thing, Brett. And
Big
you
game.
I
right there.
hope Big Cat goes again because that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, should we go?
If he goes, we might just have to.
Fly up to Detroit? Beautiful city, I heard.
Yeah.
God.
got a real good pro football team up there and baseball team.
And basketball team.
God.
Jeez, that city can't win.
No, I can't.
But they do have the MAC championship. It's got to be one of the top sporting events of the year.
Maybe
Yeah, I
maybe
mean-
ever.
Maybe ever. I mean,
That's so sad. Oh my God. Webb, do you have a?
I think Buffalo will win the East.
Oh,
But I mean, look, hey, what are you gonna do about it, right?
Oh.
So,
All right, so you got them winning the whole thing.
You know what? I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue.
How dare you?
Not-
Put some
not
respect
a-
on the action.
No. Okay, yeah. I respect him action, but I don't know if a team will win 10 games this year in the MAC. I don't know a single team. I don't know a thing about these guys. Central
That's-
Michigan might, but
that's the most disrespectful thing I've ever heard in my life.
I'd probably go Central Michigan over Buffalo.
Yeah. So we're all in agreement. Sunbelt, Appalachian State will run the table again.
I like the Raging Cajuns, though.
You think? I mean, I got them beating Louisiana.
Yeah, I know.
but-
I don't have Louisiana winning, but I like them on the other side.
Yeah, and don't call them Yeah, Brett did a good job. It is now the University of Louisiana. It is no longer University of Louisiana Lafayette.
Except Louisiana Lafayette sounded way cooler. We're gonna admit that.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
right.
I've always called it UL either way.
I always called it UWL. UW.
I was fortunate enough to get to witness the Louisiana Lafayette at the time super regional talk about electric.
Okay. Oh gosh.
I mean, Ole Miss came,
Saw a guy stir a pot of gumbo with a boat paddle, and that's how it should be done every time.
I mean, they're the Raging Cajuns, so
Yeah.
mascot says it all.
So that's gonna wrap up our group of 5, and we're glad to be back, everybody, and we hope to continue to put out content regularly. And we enjoyed today's episode, and we're glad that you tuned in and listened. So me and my fellow co-hosts Brett Ashe and Webb Watkins are signing out of episode 6 of Real Ball Talk, and we will catch you guys next time. Deuces.